It's an extraordinary place. I mean, this is one of the most unique places on earth, and a very special and holy site to people of faith. And the joy is to be able to be here. The tragedy is that there's still so many restrictions that exist here because many of the Muslims do not want people to uncover. And I think it's a wonderful picture of the contrast between the cultures. One culture, the Jewish culture, is to reveal, to uncover, to illuminate. And another culture is to conceal, to hide, to keep closed. And that's unfortunate because the ability to be able to get into the access to the caves would be one of the greatest archaeological opportunities in the history of mankind. And to not be able to pursue that, even doing it with the greatest of respect for all that it represents, is really a sad commentary on that there are peoples who want to cover the truth rather than expose the truth. But, the good news for those of us who believe in God is that truth ultimately overcomes darkness. Light always wins over the dark, and it can't be hidden. And so I'm comforted by the fact that light prevails. I don't know that they would understand my message, but if I had a message to give to the UN, it would be that I'm standing in a place that has been indigenous to the Jews for 4,000 years. To say that the Jews don't belong here is like saying that the Texans don't belong in Dallas. It's absurd. And I don't think that would go over very well in Dallas, and I'm pretty sure that it shouldn't go over very well to say the Jews don't belong in Hebron. Of course they do. And it's a remarkable point on planet Earth. And it should be a place that is as free and open and accessible as any spot on the earth, especially to give people the opportunity to come and to recognize what an enormous part of history was played here in Hebron.
Do you recommend to the new president to come here, to visit here?
I'd love for him to come. And I think he would find it as extraordinary as I do. I would recommend that he come on one of the 10 days of the year when he could go into the inner chamber.
All of the brothers should sit together. Shemen hatov al harosh, as the oil, the good oil is on the head, it comes down into the beard, and then it talks about the beard of Aharon, the Kohen, the priest, Yored al pi midotav. And then it says Katal Hermon, it says the dew from the Hermon up north, Shiored al Haritzion, as it falls down on the mountains of Zion, Kisham Tziva Hashem et bracha, because there God commanded the blessing, Chaim ad olam, that we should live for eternity, forever. And that's, David lived in Hebron for 7.5 years. He started the Davidic kingdom in Hebron. So here we have the roots of Judaism, the roots of monotheism, and the beginning of the Davidic kingdom, all wrapped up in one place. And it's really a pleasure to have you here, because I see so much of what you do and what you say, and there aren't a lot of people I'd like to clone, okay? But if we had a few more people like you that were espousing the ideas that you know, then it would make our situation here a whole lot better. And we really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Really, really, really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, because it takes a lot of courage to live here. It takes a lot of courage to take the stand that you do, to be here.
Look, we're links in a chain, like I said.
Yeah.
There are people that say that it's difficult to live here today.
Yeah.
So when you look back, in 1929 there were riots here. 67 Jews were killed, and survivors were expelled by the British. In 1931, a group came back, and to come back here 2 years after a massacre, and so many people were slaughtered, that's courage. The people that came to Jerusalem in the 1800s, okay, to try to resettle Zion, and I always tell people, if I could do it, anybody could do it. Certainly you could. If you'd ever like an apartment here, we'll find it. Come, let's do your intro.